Welcome, Supervisors. I'd like to bring the Trempealeau County Board of Supervisors meeting to order. It's May 18th, 2026. It is now 7 p.m., and we'd like to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, if I could ask Mary to please do the reading of the call.
Dear Supervisor, please be advised that the Trumbull County Board of Supervisors will meet at 7 p.m. on May 18th, 2026 in the county boardroom. All county board members' claims are due in the administration office by noon on May 5th, 2026, so they can be prepared for audit committee approval. Sincerely, Mary Martin, County Clerk.
All right, could you please do the roll call, Mary, for us?
Bridget Turner. Here. Andy Parrish.
Here.
Riker Todd.
Here.
Lori Severson.
Here.
Andy Todd.
Here.
Richard Anderson.
Here.
Scott Leonard.
Here.
Paul Severson.
Here.
Kevin Whalen.
Here.
John Austin.
Here.
Don Trug. Here. Robert Becker.
Here.
Renee Lyon.
Here.
John Skaub.
Here.
David Larson.
Here.
Kristen Huseby.
Here.
Ron Johnson.
Here.
All 17 here.
Awesome. All right, Mary, certification of compliance with the open meeting law requirements have been met. We need the adoption of the agenda. We have 10 items on the agenda. Could I get a motion to adopt?
Move to approve.
Second. We got a move first by Bridget Turner and second by Ron Johnson. All right, we need the approval of the April 2020. Oh, thank you. All in favor, please, by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. All right. I need a motion on the floor for approval of the April 2026 session minutes.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, approval by, who was it? Richard Anderson, and second by John Austin. Excuse me. All right. All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Carried. All right. If you guys are okay with it, I would like to read something out loud real quick before we move on to the appearances real fast. Out of respect for everybody, I want to remind all supervisors during the county board meeting, our attention should remain focused on the business before us. I bring this up professionally because I have received a few concerns and complaints regarding social media activity occurring during the meetings. Posting on social media or engaging in unrelated online activity during meetings, whether on personal or county devices, can create distractions and may affect public perception of the professionalism and the transparency of our board. I ask that the supervisor refrain from social media posting during meetings. This also helps avoid potential concerns regarding meeting decorum, public record detention, open meeting compliance, and county technology use policies. Our goal is to maintain professionalism, public trust, and respect. I'll spit it out. Deliberation throughout our meetings. Sorry, guys, I wrote this real quick, so I just want to thank everybody for your attention on this matter. All right, if we could start with number 5, appearances. District Attorney update. John Sasha, please.
Good evening, everybody. I'm going to be passing around a handout. Oh, thank you very much. All right. Perfect. Thank you very much. Circulating now is a list of, or a breakdown of case filings for 2026 so far. Let me introduce myself, a lot of new faces. My name is John Sasha. I'm the district attorney here in Trempealeau County. I've been district attorney since 2018. I've been a prosecutor here in Trempealeau County since 2015. Good to see a lot of new faces. Good to see a lot of familiar faces. As I always say to these quarterly updates, if anyone has any questions or is at all curious about the district attorney's office and how work gets done in the district attorney's office, I encourage you to stop by. If you want to make an appointment and spend an afternoon or a morning or the entire day, sitting with me and folks in my office, watching kind of what we do in court, you are more than welcome to do that, as is any member of the public. So I really welcome engagement from you all. I think it's important that you guys understand what it is that we're doing in the district attorney's office, and if you have any questions, to address those. I think everyone has a copy of the case filings. This is kind of a standard thing that I hand out at these meetings, just to let you guys know, give you kind of a rough overview of our numbers. So far in 2026, we're kind of on track with previous years. Looking to that second table, case filings in 2025 as of May 18th are roughly comparable to what they are now in 2026. And I can say it kind of feels about consistent with what the numbers that we've been doing historically. Just so you all are aware, these abbreviations, CF means criminal felony, CM means criminal misdemeanor, CT means criminal traffic, FO means forfeiture, like tickets that are handled. Some of those are handled by Corp Counsel. Some of those are handled by municipal attorneys, but these are tickets handled by the DA's office. JC and JO are both juvenile case types, so delinquencies and children in need of protection and services, as is JV. JV is delinquencies. TR are traffic cases, and the DA's office handles traffic citations issued by the Trempealeau County Sheriff's Department and by the Wisconsin State Patrol. So municipal attorneys handle the citations issued by their local municipalities. Town of Trempealeau has an attorney that handles their tickets, City of Galesville, and all the way up to the City of Osseo. So that's just kind of a rough overview of what we're doing. Just kind of on that front, the Trumbull County District Attorney's Office handles criminal matters, as you'd expect, but we also handle the bulk of juvenile matters as well. So not only delinquency matters, which are handled by statute, but also children in need of protection and services, juveniles in need of protection and services, which is different, but often includes truancies and juveniles who are uncontrollable. That's the statutory language, not mine. So we handle all of those case types in addition to criminal matters and citations that come before us. 2026 has been a busy year in terms of trials for the DA's office. We just concluded a trial that was slated to take a week, but we ended it a few days early. Unfortunately, we were able to get a successful outcome on that case. It was a very serious matter, and we're fortunate that we have a successful outcome. Sentencing is scheduled for the end of the summer. We have another multi-day trial involving an expert who's coming in from out of state to testify in that matter as well. So I say this to let you know that there may be a request. I don't know that there will be, but there may be a request to divert some funds or to move some funds around in my department to sort of cover these trial expenses. These are serious matters. They require expert testimony, and they're not matters that they're not matters that I think we should be. They're not matters that are trivial, and that this is not an opportunity to save money. These are high-level cases, serious cases involving harm to vulnerable victims. So just as a heads up, that request is not being made tonight, but just be aware that sometime down the line, there might be requests to move some money around within the department. I don't think we'll be asking for more money, but there might be a request to shift some money around. In terms of case types and priorities, I feel like every time I come up here, I'm speaking about the methamphetamine issue that is a perennial problem and has been a perennial problem since I started prosecuting cases here in the county. Unfortunately, that's a drug that's taken a real toll on this community and communities like ours, and it's not just simple possession cases or distribution cases, but there's often a methamphetamine nexus to other serious case types, whether they be physically assaultive or sexually abusive cases, or even serious property crimes like burglaries. There's all too frequently a substance abuse nexus to those case types, and most specifically methamphetamine in this area. So this is an ongoing problem. It's a perennial problem. I know that law enforcement are aware of it, and I can say with a high level of confidence that they are well trained and take these investigations seriously. They're looking for. We have law enforcement who are active in their communities and are doing a very effective job at putting good cases together, bringing those cases to my office for successful prosecution. And so I'm proud to say that we have a good working relationship with law enforcement in this county, and there's a good dialogue between my office and those agencies regarding how to bring effective cases to court, how to ensure that they're doing the legwork up front to kind of protect the integrity of those cases and those convictions, and so hopefully that continues through the year, and I anticipate it will. But if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them now. And if anyone is curious about the DA's office, please, I in all sincerity welcome you to come and stop over, say hello, come into court. I'm happy to show you, walk you through kind of how cases get processed in the office and answer any questions that you have. But if anyone has any questions, I'm happy
I have a question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of the 900 some odd cases, how many actually go to trial?
A small percentage. I don't have the exact numbers, but it's over 90% certainly. And there are a variety of reasons for that. And I will say first, the criminal justice system in the United States and in Wisconsin is really kind of not designed to take every case to trial. And if we were taking every case to trial, I think that would be a bad sign. Cases go to trial for a variety of reasons. Sometimes a person's looking at a penalty where they feel that they have to roll the dice and see what happens. Sometimes things go to trial because there are good and valid defenses that they think they'll be able to prevail on. But for the most part, the cases that get filed by my office are strong cases, provable cases, and defense attorneys know that and recognize that fact. And so their job, rather than looking to completely exculpate their client from accountability, is to do what they can to mitigate the exposure and mitigate the potential consequences of a trial where there be an open plea or an open disposition. So it's a small percentage. It's a significant percentage, and generally the cases that go to trial are more complex cases or high level cases.
Is it true, John, that some of them may plead guilty or may plead no contest? So there's no contest to it.
Yeah, the vast majority of these cases, I would say the number of cases that are sort of dismissed outright is smaller by a pretty large margin relative to the cases that go to trial. The vast majority of these cases end in guilty pleas or no contest pleas, which are guilty pleas. So in the vast majority of each of these case types, there's a conviction, whether through trial but typically through a plea. And in traffic matters through a default because sometimes people don't show up. Mr. Anderson.
Your latest jury trial, I want to commend you on a wonderful job you did on that case. The victim was from southern Trempealeau County, and I had a lot of people talk to me about that case prior to court and after court, And I just want to say that I understand that you're well prepared, did a wonderful job, and law enforcement did a wonderful job as well. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you very much, and really, I give so much credit to law enforcement for helping me to bring a good case to bear in that matter. You know, it was a tragic case that affected so many people in this community. You know, this is a tight-knit community, and the victim and the victim's family is very well integrated in Trempealeau County. They know a lot of people, they're friends with a lot of people in this community respect them, and so it was everything I could do to bring the strongest case possible to trial, and I'm fortunate that we had a lot of great assistance from law enforcement in putting together a very strong case, and I think that the jury agreed that the evidence was very strong. So I'm grateful to the efforts of law enforcement for helping me to kind of put that together.
And John, as a participant, as a juror,
Yeah,
I will
yes.
tell you that to run that many people through and be able to handle it effectively, efficiently, and the people, everything went well. I appreciated the fact that I was able to go through and be released within a short period of time. Some people, of course, need to be there, but I knew that I was on the wrong end of that. But you guys did a great job handling the crowd. Over 150 juror possible.
Yes, it was a very large jury pool, and based on the kind of profile of the case, you know, the pool needed to be a little larger, and it was necessary because in that jury pool, a lot of those jurors had heard about the case. A lot of the jurors had connections to the victims or people connected to the victims in the case, and so we needed a big pool, and I can't take credit for that. That's all the victim witness folks, the clerk. There were a lot of hands involved in kind of making that trial go as smoothly as it did. I owe a lot of credit to, I had assistance from the Department of Justice and a paralegal from the Department of Justice who were very helpful in helping me organize that process. Lainey Nelsistune, who's my paralegal, was extremely valuable and extremely professional in the way that she helped me kind of display evidence and present evidence to the jury. She's a true professional, and I owe her a tremendous debt for all the work that she did. So although I was kind of the face of it, there are so many people who did truly exemplary work that allowed that case to go off as smoothly as it did, and I'm really grateful to those folks. But I'm glad your experience was a positive one.
Positive.
We're glad to have a good outcome there. So,
Go ahead.
yeah. Oh,
Looking to change gears.
yes.
Can you explain or, I guess, give us an update on how the department is working now that you have additional staff?
It's going extremely well. And I think I probably should have led with that. So I think probably since last I was here, Christopher Penza has come on board as our second ADA. He's a very, very sharp and conscientious attorney. He is learning very quickly, and he's we're kind of taking the training wheels off a little bit, or we're kind of pushing him down the road, and he's done extremely well so far. I've had the opportunity to watch him in court. He's handling things professionally. I've had good feedback from the judges that he's practiced in front of. He's doing extremely well. He comes to us from a civil background, so not a criminal background. So this is kind of a new space for him to be picking up. But he's a sharp guy and a fast learner, and we're very fortunate to have him. It's not common for people to come from kind of big law civil practice to criminal practice, but he was an attorney kind of looking for a job that had a lot of purposive benefits, where you go to work and you feel good about the work that you do and you feel like you're accomplishing a mission. And I think he's having that, he's getting the experience he desired. So we're happy to have him. He's doing great. Things are going well. Yeah, and I'll say, kind of in terms of kind of interdepartmental collaboration, we've been working really well with Department of Human Services. In recent months, things are going extremely well there. They're filling some vacancies, but I really appreciate the work that Trish Tesloff and Jay Heim are putting into making sure that despite those vacancies, nobody's fallen through the cracks. Everything's kind of getting addressed safely. So that's kind of another issue. But yeah, in terms of staffing in our office, we're doing well. We have a really excellent new paralegal who has a tremendous amount of experience working, not in the criminal space, but also kind of in kind of a big firm environment or medium firm environment. So we're very fortunate to have her. Things are going well. She's getting up to speed. Our new ADA is getting up to speed, and so things are going well so far. And I expect that to continue.
Any other questions for this young man? All right, well, John, we appreciate you.
Hey, thanks so much. I appreciate
Thank
you
you.
guys. And again, I'm very serious. If anyone wants to see how things work in the DA's office, stop on by. I welcome the opportunity, and that goes for anybody watching at home. I always tell the kind of when we have high school classes come through, when I was in high school, I thought, the law might be something I was interested in, but I didn't really know any attorneys. I didn't really have any connections in the space, and nobody ever kind of made the offer to me like, hey, come and watch how this works. And so if anybody is watching at home and has a kid who's in high school or kind of sorting out their career or a grandchild, if they're interested in the law, whether or not it's prosecution stuff or something else, they're welcome to contact my office, and we can do kind of a job shadow with them too. But the offer is very much there for you all as well. So thanks a lot, everyone. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
All right, we will move on to appearances for Sheriff's Update. Erica Coxland.
Good evening, good to see everybody. Hit the button. There, how about this? All right.
Perfect.
Good evening, good to see everybody. I'm gonna start out, actually, I wanna piggyback off something John had spoke about with the methamphetamine problem. Yes, law enforcement is aware and we're dealing with this. With that being said, our neighbors are also dealing with the same problems. So we recently met with sheriffs from Jackson and Buffalo County, and we're working on a grant with the DOJ that would give us up to $400,000. And that we would use to combat the crime together, like as a tri-county group. The arrest rate for drug-related crimes is 23.1 per 1,000 residents between our three counties, roughly 5 times the statewide per capita of 4.43. So we're higher than the statewide. So, and rate for child pornography crimes is approximately 0.28 per 1,000 residents, higher than the estimated 0.08 to 0.1 per 1,000 residents. So we have a problem, and we want to do what we can to address it. So the goal is to strengthen the capacity of these three counties to investigate these crimes, prosecute, and prevent the crimes. Our primary focus will be on the internet crimes against children and drug-related violence and drug-endangered children cases. So like DA Seisha was saying, the nexus between drug use and crime is there, and we need to find a way to prevent it, and prosecute it when it does happen. So this grant would establish access to a regional hub for advanced digital forensics. Right now, if we confiscate a cell phone or a computer on a search warrant, it could take up to 18 months to get back. So we want to alleviate that. There's times that it's gone through prosecution before we get the evidence back that would have maybe allowed for more charges. The crime scene documentation, we'll get a crime scene scanner, hopefully with that grant. Fields narcotic identification and mobile response capabilities. So the three counties would share this together and work together.
Can I ask what a crime scene scanner is?
Sure, it's like a scanner. It basically goes into a room and does a scan and does a 3D measurements and everything else and presents it for trial. Often used on crash scenes as well. The State Patrol will use them to measure crime or crash scenes. So this would just enhance, because we do have that capability now, but this would go into a home for a crime scene. So that we are working on now. Upcoming, June 2nd and 3rd, we have an active threat training in Galesville. Deputies have put a lot of time into this. It's going to have fire, EMS, and law enforcement from the entire county, as well as Buffalo and Jackson County and Holman PD. We're all gonna be working together. We'll be doing scenarios and doing training together, because if there were an active shooter, we would all be working together. So we need to train together, right? With that being said, we are looking for role players, if anyone's interested. And also, if you'd just like to come down and watch, just reach out to me and I'll give you the information. You're welcome to come down and spend the day, spend an hour, and just watch them train. Moving on, we are expanding our drone team. We have 4 certified drone operators within the department, and this increase allows us to use the drones more often, more efficiently, and during these high-risk and time-sensitive operations. Right now, we have 3, 4, 5, 6 drones that we use. They're all different. Some are small, where they wear the goggles. What do you call it? What's the word? Thank you. Thank you. Virtual reality goggles. Pretty cool. We did a demonstration down at Champions this past weekend. Really cool. And the drone team would be more than happy to come and do a demonstration for anybody, for the group, if you're interested. And they can talk more about that. We're using them more regularly, and they're used during our emergency response team operations. They enhance safety. Some of the drones can, with a search warrant, fly into a home that normally we would send an officer into. So the drone can go in first and check for armed individuals in the home before sending a person in. So, invaluable tool. Also finding lost people. There's just a million ways we can use them. And we appreciate the county board's support with these public safety initiatives. You guys have been very supportive, and we remain committed to advancing the programs responsibly and effectively. So anytime you'd want a demonstration on that, just let us know. Another important thing we're tackling is community outreach. This quarter, we've done 11 ICAC presentations. That's the Internet Crimes Against Children. Those are public presentations that we've been doing. I know some of you have been to them. Those have reached approximately 1,325 individuals in our county in this quarter alone. We've done 4 sextortion presentations to students in schools, and those are schools within our county. Those are 6th through 12th grade students. We've had students come to an adult after the presentations and say they were currently being sextorted, but because of this, they knew what it was and what to do about it. So even if we reach 1, 2, 3 students, this is worth it. Detective Ross Houston and Sergeant Andrew Bilski attended Slide Into Safety, which was sponsored by Monroe County. There, they talked to 630 students from area schools. And Blair and Arcadia students were in attendance at that event. We did 2 adult scam presentations, an Internet Crimes Against Children podcast, Internet Crimes Against Children radio interview. And you can mark your calendars, the next presentation is hosted by the Town of Gale and Town of Trempealeau at the Centerville Curling Club on June 23rd at 6 p.m. And I talked about the grant. A quick update about the jail. We're ranging this quarter anywhere from 65 to 79 inmates daily. We do have bunks to put in. We're holding off because we're short-staffed, about four jailers right now. So they're getting burned out. They're working hard in there, and just now is not the time. Right now we have 72. We have 11 Department of Corrections inmates, 7 from Jackson, 1 from Chippewa, and 3 from Buffalo. Like I mentioned with staffing, good news, dispatch is fully staffed for the first time in about 6 years. So our new dispatcher, who is actually a returning dispatcher, is starting back on Monday. So that's exciting for our dispatchers. Jail's short of 4, but we put an offer out today, which was accepted. Patrol, we're down 2, but we're planning ahead because we have a couple retirements that are likely happening this year. So we're going to get some processes open for that. Okay, and some crash statistics I'd like to give you guys. We've had 0 fatalities in this quarter, so that's good. It is click it or ticket also going on right now. We've had 33 total 1050s with traffic crashes. 80 were deer hits. We have 77 property damage, 8 personal injury, no fatalities, for a total of 165 in this quarter. And I know I talk fast, so does anybody have any questions to start? Yes, sir.
Better turn that on. As far as the drone operators, you have 4 now. What do you want to increase it to?
Unsure. We're going to stick with
Okay.
4 right now,
Okay,
but we'd like to have one of the small drones in it on each rotation of traffic, and an operator, so that on high-risk traffic stops, instead of, as you know, the officers approaching the vehicle, they say maybe man with gun. Now we can fly this drone up and look in the vehicle before the officers approach.
sure. I think it's a great program.
Yes, sir.
The 2 original drones that we got, one was larger than the other one, and I know Ashley had given us some money towards that initially. Do you still have them?
We do.
Okay,
We
still
have the
working?
large, and I have that written down, the oldest but still highly functional, large frame drone equipped. It has the infrared, the thermal imaging. So we use that for searches and tactical operations. That one's still working very well.
Good.
Yep. Not all of them. Yes, but, yes. Yep. Supervisor Parrish?
How many are integrated with your flock safety system?
None of them.
That's good. Are any of them weaponized? You said they can fly in your home. Can they shoot a projectile or pepper or anything? Or
Absolutely not. That is against the law. We would not do that.
Can you just repeat the counties that are part of that DOJ grant?
Absolutely. It would be Trempealeau, Jackson, and Buffalo. And even if we don't get the grant, I'd like to just go on to say that the 3 sheriffs were committed to working together on this if we get the funding or if we don't. We're going to find a way to make it work because we're all struggling with the same issues. And yeah, so we're going to find a way.
That's huge. I hope you get it.
I hope we do too. So we've gotten quite a few letters of support, so we're hoping.
Do we understand why we're so much higher in arrests per capita?
I wish I had that answer. And I would love the answer if anyone else has it, so. Because I think we're definitely out there, we're being proactive, we're making arrests, we're bringing cases to the DA. Yeah, education, that's another part of it, get out there and educate, but we can only do so much, too.
Any other questions for the sheriff?
And again, if anyone has questions at any time, just come down and see me, or email, call.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Sheriff, appreciate it. All right, next, update on the Leo board meeting by John.
Can I do it
Awesome.
from here? Or do you want-
Whatever you want, John.
All right, this is fine. Anyway, the Leos, I've been on this committee for about 8 years now, or whatever. Anyway, it consists of Trempealeau County, Buffalo County, Crawford County, Monroe County, Vernon County, La Crosse County, Jackson County, and Juneau County. There's 8 counties consortium. And it's been kind of a rough road. Our job as Leos was basically, when we started, it was just to find board members. It takes 34 board members for our district to fill the board. We were down to 14, and a meeting last month, 7 of those quit. There's, some of them are actually workforce development people, they have no choice, they have to stay, so we're down to like 6 or 7 now. But anyway, I got a letter that said, I'm supposed to answer this letter and we gotta have all this stuff straightened out. So we had another meeting with Wisconsin County Association, who has been a great help. We actually met with them last June, I think it was last June, and they agreed to help us out. So we have Sarah most of you know her, Sarah Dietrich Kastorf, and Melina Malone, and also Andy Phillips has been working, and so at our last meeting, I suggested that I not be the contact person, go directly to the Wisconsin County Association, saves a lot of time, and they know how to answer this without getting myself in trouble. So that's what we're doing right now. And they had Andy Parrish, who you all met last month, actually talk to the governor. He's talked to the governor, get his. Oh, Andy Phillip. I mean, Andy Phillip.
Evers and I aren't doing much talking. Let's,
Sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
we don't get together often, John. Yeah, if ever.
Sorry about that. I was promoting you. But actually, he's a super lawyer, and he's the #1 lawyer for Wisconsin County Association. And this is all being done by Wisconsin County Association at no cost to any of the consortium. They're just trying to save us some money. The board got us in some trouble with a couple bad directors. And right now, it could be $300,000 to $500,000 it could cost the counties of this consortium. At least we got it down to where it goes by population. Like Buffalo County is the smallest county in the bunch, so they would pay the least. But La Crosse County and Monroe County would have some pretty fair chunk to pay there. And so we're trying to avoid that, and that's what the WCA is doing, is trying to eliminate that completely, the cost to the counties. We have a meeting now Wednesday, 20th Wednesday? Or is it Wednesday?
Yes, Wednesday.
Yeah, May 20th, we have a meeting in Monroe County, because we don't, right now we're meeting in Monroe County instead of the Workforce Development Board to eliminate the Workforce Development Board. I mean, employees in the area. And we'll find out where we're at from that. But at one time, we met quarterly. Like when I first started, we just met quarterly, which was kind of nice, I thought. So, but now we've been meeting 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a month. It's just ridiculous. But, and I'm not sure we're going to be able to save this or not. Like I said, the chairman of the board of the Workforce Development Board, who we thought we had really a good one, and he is, but they just don't want his name involved with it, so he dropped out. But we can't get out. As counties, we're stuck. It's part of the federal law, state law. We have to stick with it whether we like it or not. So anyway, that's about all I have to say about it now, and I'll hopefully have some more better news in the near future.
John, do they have any kind of a timeline? I'm guessing
Well, they
not.
could say it could take as much as 2 years. We were
Okay.
talking about filing bankruptcy, but even that could take 2 years, and that doesn't necessarily get you off the hook, because once you're on the hook to the government, you gotta pay it regardless. So
Anybody
far,
else?
it hasn't cost us anything.
Have any questions for John by chance on this subject? All right. Well, thanks, John. Appreciate the update. All right, we have our administrator update, Rebecca Gluen.
All right. So I put together just a real simple, a few simple slides to talk to you tonight, and let me get those pulled up. Just wanted to have the opportunity to welcome everybody, and congratulations on your, on the the partnership that you are stepping into here, your elections, and just wanted to say, you had your inauguration last month, and wanted to give you a little bit of background this month in just talking about our role together. As this is our first meeting together as the new board, I wanted to begin by discussing leadership, particularly the difficult decisions and discussions and challenges that come before you as county board supervisors. I think it's important that we start with the role of the county administrator and past supervisors that voted to bring the county administrator role to Trempealeau County. The duties and powers as laid out in State Statute 5918, and this has been shared a lot by Susan before and Attorney Phillips here. The county administrator shall be the chief administrative officer of the county. The county administrator shall take care of that every county ordinance and state or federal laws observed, enforced, and administered within his or her county. If the ordinance or law is subject to enforcement by the county administrator or any other person supervised by the county administrator, the duties and powers of the county administrator shall be, without limitation because of enumeration, to coordinate and direct all administrative and management functions of the county government, not otherwise vested by law in boards or commissions or in other elected officers. Again, that chief administrative officer. So the best outcomes happen when the county administrator and the county board work together collaboratively, communicate openly, and approach challenges as one leadership team. While the county board made the decision to establish the county administrator position, they combined it with another role. In case you didn't know that, also human resources director. Historically, human resources positions in Trempealeau County have experienced a great deal of turnover and instability. When I first stepped into this role, multiple individuals within the organization and outside the organization shared with me that the County Government Center had experienced workplace cultural challenges for quite some time, including concerns related to professionalism, communication, and internal working relationships. I was also told that some departments had historically struggled to work collaboratively with one another, and that at times individuals felt unsupported in their roles from the county board leaders. What became clear to me very quickly was that an every department for itself mentality was happening here. And this can create barriers to progress and ultimately impacts the organization as a whole. So this sentiment aligns with feedback from HR leaders over time and even reports from an outside presenter who experienced hostility while working with the organization in one of our departments in recent years that shared that experience with me. That history matters because workplace culture directly impacts our ability to fulfill our mission. This is our mission statement. We worked together to put this together when we did our strategic planning. Trempealeau County exists to serve its people by responsibly stewarding public resources, delivering essential services, enhancing quality of life, and protecting the natural environment for current and future generations. Because of those conversations, one of my primary goals over the past 2 years has been to intentionally focus on strengthening workplace culture and building a more collaborative and respectful organization. My belief is simple. If people within an organization are tearing each other down, we cannot be at our best in serving the public and meeting our mission. So that's why our leadership team has intentionally focused on creating a culture rooted in professionalism, collaboration, accountability, and respect. I call it intentional culture. We have been focusing on an intentional culture here. Our department heads and leadership team began this work together by reading Good to Great in the Social Sectors by Jim Collins. It's a 35-page book. It's very simple reading, but it really motivates me in talking about what we're working toward together. If you're interested and you'd like to read that, I can hook you up with a book. It's, like I said, a very simple read. Another key area of focus was understanding our why. Not simply what we do, not simply how we do it, but why we exist as an organization. And our why is our mission, serving the people of Trempealeau County, right? That bigger, broader statement. We have focused heavily on leadership development and encouraging department heads to support one another rather than undercut one another. We want departments working together, solving problems together, and moving the organization together. We also implemented a monthly employee newsletter to improve communication and reinforce these values across the organization. Every month I've provided copies to the supervisors since inception in August of 2025, and our newest supervisors have received those copies tonight. They're on your desk. I encourage all of you to take time to read through them. Everyone has the May one as well, because they reflect the culture we are intentionally trying to build. At this year's in-service training, the central theme I brought forward was the word grace. Grace in leadership, grace in communication, grace in understanding the work of others, giving grace to each other. We talked about the importance of learning what each department does, understanding that no individual or department is perfect, and recognizing that we do not always fully understand the challenges others face in their roles. Grace means going directly to individuals with questions or concerns, being willing to have respectful but difficult conversations early, supporting each other publicly and professionally, recognizing and thanking each other for the important work being done here, continuing to challenge ourselves to improve. Are there challenges in making change? Aha, absolutely, we know that, 100%. Are they necessary changes? Absolutely. I believe that to my core. Not because positive leadership and accountability reduce the liability and organizational risk to the county. Sorry, Susan. But I hear this all the time, right? On the legal side of things, it's really important to a big organization such as us who has deep pockets. But it's just simply the right thing to do. And that is what I believe it is the right thing to do. When we work together, support one another, lead respectfully, we create an organization capable of truly carrying out its mission. And the reality is, the issues facing counties today are significant. Housing, childcare, workforce shortages, infrastructure, budget pressures, mental health, public safety, big weather events. These challenges require leaders who are willing to have thoughtful, respectful, and sometimes difficult conversations in order to move solutions forward and being solutions-orientated and focused. That is the responsibility of leadership. When we're working together in a positive manner, we can address the bigger issues. So I attended the UW Extension Entrepreneur Conference recently. It was very well done. I give the UW Extension a great pat on the back. They did a nice job, but, oops, sorry. I wanted to get to my slide here of this gentleman who you're probably familiar with. And this is Craig Culver. So he was our keynote speaker. And I thought it was just so fitting that Craig spoke and brought this message home, for me especially, as I'm bringing this to you. Because Craig's message was, at Culver's, we work on our culture every single day. Our customers know this by the way they're treated when they visit a Culver's restaurant. Please, thank you, my pleasure. Not just some days, every day. And then he said, positive people surround themselves with positive people. We know what the opposite is true, but we want to focus on those positive people surrounding positive people. Craig's last comment to our group, our team is the most important part of who we are because they bring our service to our communities. And isn't that what we're trying to do? Bring service to our communities. So Trempealeau County is no different. As an organization, we need to have a positive, respectful workplace culture in order to realize our mission to the best of our abilities. In partnership, together, community stewardship, growth, collaboration. So I'm looking forward to the year ahead, and thank you all. And again, congratulations to all of you on your appointments.
Thank you, Rebecca. All right, we're going to move to number 6. Right now, it was asked to be removed for a later date. The judge couldn't make it, and we're going to move it to another date. Let's move over to B1. We're going to 2026, May 2nd, 2025 budget amendment to the address department overruns.
Can I address this real quick?
Absolutely. You can.
Before we read that, if we could, actually, I think this was brought forward prematurely, and I'd like some more time to work through this with staff. We have had some internal conversations, and we're looking at some of these items that we've already discussed. We know that there are journal entries that have not been completed. And so and some accounting pieces where they actually, they were line items that didn't get moved from one budget to the other. So if we could table this is what I'm looking for at this point.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
before we get to that, I move that we, resolution for 2025 budget amendment to the address to address departmental overruns. I move the resolution as printed. You'll need a second on that.
I'll need a second on that.
And then I'd like to lay the motion on the table.
Do we have time for discussion?
No, not on laying the motion on the table. They're not prepared for discussion, and you cannot debate when someone has moved to lay the motion on the table.
I'll second.
Thank you.
All right, so we got a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Carried. All right, let's go ahead and move on to number 2. Increase of fees for NSF checks or checks with stop payment requests. Could you please read that resolution, Mary?
Absolutely. Whereas the Trempealeau County Treasurer, through the course of her position, receives checks from the public at times that are non-sufficient funds, NSF, or have a stop payment request put on the check. Whereas banks assess Trempealeau County a service charge, typically of $30, when an insufficient check is received from Trempealeau County. Whereas the current county-imposed fee of $20 for NSF checks and no fee for stop payment requests is insufficient, as it does not carry the costs incurred by Trempealeau County when the handling of these types of matters and provide inadequate reimbursement for the additional counting work required by the county treasurer's office. And whereas since Trempealeau County last increased this fee in June of 2000, the applicable county incurred costs have increased, and there is a need to raise this fee to address those additional costs incurred. Now be it resolved that Trempealeau County Board of Supervisors hereby deem the fee for NSF checks should be increased to the amount of $40 per occurrence with no more than one NSF check, and for stop payment checks should be added as $20, that the county treasurer may charge the fee of $40 for NSF checks and $20 for stop payment checks, along with additional bank fees, introduced by the Trempealeau County Executive Finance Committee, Andy Todd, Kevin Whalen, Robert Becker, Richard Anderson, Paul Severson.
Move to approve.
All right, we got John Austin for the.
Second.
All right, we have Andy for the second. We will have to, any discussion? Start off with that. All right, we're going to need to take a roll call.
Okay. Kristen Hughesby.
Yes.
Ron Johnson.
Yes.
Bridget Turner.
Yes.
Andy Parrish.
Yes.
Riker Todd.
Yes.
Lori Severson.
Yes.
Andy Todd.
Yes.
Richard Anderson.
Yes.
Scott Leonard.
Yes.
Paul Severson.
Yes.
Kevin Whalen.
Yes.
John Austin.
Yes.
Don Trug.
Yes.
Robert Becker. Renee Lyon.
Yes.
John Skaug.
Yes.
David Larson.
Yes.
16-0 at the moment. It passes.
It passes. All right, we're going to go ahead. Oh, we got, yes.
I would like to hold the vote open to let Mr. Backer vote, please.
We got a yes.
Thank you. 17-0.
All right. All right, we're going to move to number 3, amendment to the Trempealeau County Ordinance 2.02-1A regarding the state of monthly meetings. Did you want me to read that?
Sure.
I'll read it for you. I'll help you out here. Whereas the Trempealeau County Board of Supervisors are required to meet at 7 p.m. for their monthly meetings per Trempealeau County Ordinance 2.02, 1 parentheses, A parentheses, whereas the original reason for scheduling those meetings at 7 p.m., such as to perform farm chores and then attend the monthly meetings, are not acceptable today as they were in the past. Whereas the current later time requires both county board supervisors and staff to return home, at times late in the evening, with some returning early next morning to attend other county matters. Whereas the purpose amendment to the Trempealeau County Ordinance 2.02, 1 parentheses, A parentheses, changing the monthly meeting time from 7 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. is attached here too. And whereas this change to the earlier time of 5:30 p.m. would permit the county board to address those issues requiring consideration of full county board. while still allowing public who work during the day the opportunity to attend meetings without an undue disruption to their work schedules, and while balancing transportation and staffing concerns acceptable. Thank you. Now to be resolved that the Trempealeau County Board of Supervisors hereby approves of this amendment to Trempealeau County Ordinance 2.02, 1 in parentheses, A, parentheses, as attached hereto, and that any ordinance in conflict with this amendment is hereby repealed to extent of such conflict and replaced with this amendment. Introduced by Executive Finance Committee, Kevin Whalen, Richard Anderson, Paul Severson, Robert Becker, and Andy Todd. Do I have a motion on the floor?
I make a motion.
The motion by Husby, second by?
Second.
By Riker Todd. Any discussion?
Yeah, I have discussion. I'm going to urge everybody to vote no on this for some simple reasons. One, 7 o'clock. I work down in La Crosse. If I left at 5, I couldn't get here by 5:30. I just couldn't. And we're making this much more difficult for our constituents to actually come and speak and participate to convenience us and staff. That's not what we do. We're here to serve the people who elected us. So I'm going to urge everybody to vote no on this.
So I have been told by other people, including myself, that it's actually easier earlier because people have kids. They're already putting their kids down, or somebody whose wife works nights, they're already leaving at this time. So same thing for Galesville here. 7 p.m. was actually worse for a lot of people. Totally understand what you're saying with work. Goes both ways.
Any other discussion? Go ahead, Paul.
I was just going to say that the time right now on the resolution is 5:30, but we can amend the resolution to another time if somebody wants to do that. And I think Becky took the poll, and
Yeah, I didn't
the
hear.
5:30 might have been the highest. What was the next?
It was, pretty much everybody said 5:30 worked. I did not hear from a handful, maybe 3 or 4 people. I believe Supervisor Parrish was one of those individuals. But otherwise, everybody else that at least responded to me said 5 or 5:30.
Any other discussion? All right, we'll come up for a vote. Everybody in favor for the change on that resolution to
It's an
5?
ordinance. Does it have to be roll call?
What's that?
Roll call on ordinance?
Ordinance, gotcha. All right, we'll
Right,
make a
Susan?
roll call. Yep, thank you. Thank you, Paul.
Okay. Paul Severson.
Put you on the spot right there, Paul.
It won't turn on.
Yeah.
Too many people are on, I think, right now. But yes.
Okay. Kevin Whalen,
Yes.
John Austin,
Yes.
Dawn Trug,
Yes.
Robert Becker,
Yes.
Renee Lyon,
Yes.
John Skaug,
Yes.
David Larson.
Yes.
Kristen Hughesby,
Yes.
Ron Johnson,
Yes.
Bridget Turner,
Yes.
Andy Parrish,
I'm here to serve the people, not staff, so I'm a no.
Richard, oh my gosh, sorry. Riker Todd,
Yes.
Lori Severson. Yes. Andy Todd,
Yes.
Richard Anderson.
Yes.
Scott Leonard,
Yes.
passes 16-1.
Passes 16-1. All right, we'll move on to the next. We're going to go with Resolution C, Environmental Land Use Committee, ordinance for rezone land in town of Caledonia.
Whereas Gary and Carrie Towner, landowner, Gary and Carrie Towner petitioner, Galesville, Wisconsin, has requested the rezone of parcels of land in the town of Caledonia in order to create 2 lots. Whereas the rezone is approximately 10.13 acres, more or less, and whereas a public hearing was held pursuant of Section 59.69, parentheses 5 of the Wisconsin statutes, and whereas the town of Caledonia supports the rezone request. And whereas the Environment and Land Use Committee moved to rezone these parcels from primary ag, PA, to residential 8, R8, and that the zoning is appropriate under the circumstances. Now be it resolved that Trumbull County adopt the attached ordinance amending the zoning district boundaries as indicated, introduced by Environment and Land Use Committee, Tony Munson, Randy Severson, David Larson, Kevin Whalen, Riker Todd, John Skaug.
Is there a
Move
motion
to
on the floor? A motion by Turner. Got a
I'll-
second?
That's my neighbor, I'll second it. If you're just curious, he's taking an existing lot, splitting it to match the exact zoning right now to build a second home.
All right, we got a second by Mr. Parrish. All right, any discussion? We heard, so this is would this be a,
It'll be roll.
it is a roll?
Mark
Okay.
is here if there's anything he needs to say.
Mark, is there anything you need to say about it, or
No, I guess I'm just
pretty cut and dry?
pretty cut and dry and always, actually, and Andy was right. He just wants to, the way they're currently zoned versus the acreage they have, this one in particular and the others as well, have to rezone to be allowing to split. And he was correct about this one in particular, and the only reason is to make one split. They're not trying to make multiple splits, they're only gonna do one, so.
All right, awesome. Thank you. You might as well stay up there, right? Thanks, Andy, for the input. All right, we will go ahead and take roll call.
Don Trug,
Yes.
Robert Becker,
Yes.
Renee Lyon.
Yes.
John Scow,
Yes.
David Larson.
Yes.
Kristen Hughesby.
Yes.
Ron Johnson.
Yes.
Bridget Turner.
Yes.
Andy Parrish.
Yes.
Riker Todd.
Yes.
Lori Severson. Yes. Andy Todd.
Yes.
Richard Anderson.
Yes.
Scott Leonard.
Yes.
Paul Severson.
Yes.
Kevin Whalen.
Yes.
John Austin.
Yes.
17-0.
It passes. All right, we'll go on to the next one. We got ordinance for rezone of land in town of Sumner.
Dodge.
I missed that one. Dodge, Jones, I got it. I'm trying to help out Mary a little bit. Whereas Maureen and Jacob Jones, landowner, Maureen and Jacob Jones petitioner, Dodge, Wisconsin, has requested the rezone a parcel of land in town of Dodge in order to create 2 lots. Whereas the rezone is approximately 7 acres, more or less, and whereas a public hearing has held pursuant to section 59.69, parentheses 5 of Wisconsin statutes, and whereas the town of Dodge supports the rezone request. Whereas the Environmental and Land Use Committee moved to rezone these parcels from rural residential RR, parentheses, to residential 20, parentheses R20, and that the zoning is appropriate under the circumstances. Now be resolved, the Trempealeau County adopts and attests ordinance amending the zoning district boundaries as indicated, introduced by Environmental and Land Use Committee Tony Munson, David Larson, John Skog, Randy Severson, Kevin Whalen, and Riker Todd. Do I got a motion on the floor?
I'll make that motion.
All right, we got Paul for a first and Lori for a second. Any discussion? Would you like to step up on that one too, sir?
This one here is zoning to the highest residential density that we have is R20, but that's only because they have a small amount of acres allowed with it, so. And in this one in particular, they had a conditional use permit for a wedding venue, and some of the state laws and statutes are requiring them to separate off that venue from their home area. So that's why they're going for the rezone.
So there's no issues or opposition or?
I haven't got any, nobody called or anything, the township
Okay.
was in favor of it, so.
Any other questions? All right, let's take roll call.
Scott Leonard.
Yes.
Paul Severson.
Yes.
Kevin Whalen.
Yes.
John Austin.
Yes.
Don Trug.
Yes.
Robert Becker.
Yes.
Renee Lyon.
Yes.
John Scow.
Yes.
David Larson.
Yes.
Kristen Hughesby.
Yes.
Ron Johnson.
Yes.
Bridget Turner.
Yes.
Andy Parrish.
Yes.
Riker Todd.
Yes.
Lori Severson. Yes. Andy Todd.
Yes.
Richard Anderson.
Yes.
17-0.
It passes. All right, we're going to move on to number 3, ordinance for rezone of land in town of Sumner. Evanson and Herman?
Whereas Clifford Evanson, Holly Herman, landowner, Clifford Evanson, Lori Herman, petitioner, Osseo, Wisconsin, has requested the rezone of parcels of land in the town of Sumner in order to create 2 lots. Whereas the rezone is approximately 55 acres, more or less. And whereas a public hearing was held pursuant to section 59.69, parentheses 5 of the Wisconsin statute, and whereas the town of Sumner supports the rezone request. And whereas the Environment and Land Use committee moved to rezone these parcels from exclusive ag to EA2 to primary agriculture, PA, and that the zoning is appropriate under the circumstances. Now be it resolved that Trumbull County adopt the attached ordinance amending the zoning district boundaries as indicated, introduced by the Environment and Land Use Committee, Tony Munson, Randy Severson, David Larson, Kevin Whalen, Riker Todd, John Scout.
Is there a motion on the floor?
Dawn?
We got Dawn for first, and we got Audie for a second. Any discussion? One more time, maybe?
This one here is our lowest, one of our lowest densities, which is exclusive ag 2, which only allows 1 per 35 acres, so you'd have to have at least 70 to split that. So we're just going to the next level up so he can split it. He wants to build a home near his father, and he had a certified survey done and everything like that, and the township supported it. He even had some neighbors, write an email and support that he should be able to do it.
That's awesome. Any other questions for this young man? All right, we will take roll call.
Renee Lyon,
Yes.
John Scout,
Yes.
David Larson.
Yes.
Kristen Hughesby.
Yes.
Ron Johnson.
Yes.
Bridget Turner.
Yes.
Andy Parrish.
Yes.
Riker Todd.
Yes.
Lori Severson.
Yes.
Andy Todd.
Yes.
Richard Anderson.
Yes.
Scott Leonard.
Yes.
Paul Severson.
Yes.
Kevin Whalen.
Yes.
John Austin.
Yeah.
Dawn Trug.
Yes.
Robert Becker.
Yes.
17 to 0.
All right, it passes. All right, we're going to move to number 4. I'll give this a try here. It's the resolution request Wisconsin Counties Association lobby state legislature and governor of the legislation for a greater local government for Wisconsin counties related to renewable energy. The County Board of Supervisors of Trempealeau County, Whitehall, Wisconsin, duly assembled as its regular meeting begun on 18th day of May 2026, does resolve as follows. Whereas local government are closest to the people they serve and they are best positioned to understand and address the unique needs, priorities, and challenges of their communities. And whereas a public meeting and hearing held by local units of the government allow for significantly more opportunity for public to input the meetings and hearing held by the Public Service Commission, PSC, in Madison. And whereas preserving local control is essential to maintaining accountability, transparency, and public trust in the government, as well as ensuring that discussion reflected local values and conditions. And whereas statewide, one-size-fits-all regulations do not allow appropriately address the issues and needs of every Wisconsin community. And whereas a series of mandates and other agencies' actions have continuously shifted powers from local to state level, and whereas the geographic, environmental, and demographic diversity across Wisconsin counties necessitates localized approaches to governments and reflects each county's unique characteristics. And whereas state legislatures have been making attempts to return local control to cities, villages, and towns over large-scale wind and solar projects in several bills. And whereas such attempts should also be applied to the 2 counties and county boards who are demographically elected bodies that directly represent the interests and the values of the constituents. And whereas significant negative impact on environmental habits, public health, road thank you, and property values and taxes due to large-scale wind and solar projects in those areas where exist are well established and documented. And whereas Trempealeau County mission statement states that Trempealeau County exists to serve its people by responsible stewards, public resources, delivering essential services, enhancing quality of life, and protecting the natural environment for current and future generations. Whereas Trempealeau County's vision statement states, Trempealeau County envisions safe, healthy, and vibrant communities where all people are supported, empowered, and prepared to thrive today and into the future. Whereas agriculture in our county and addresses the state is significant and leading industry, and agricultural land must be protected for the current and future needs. Now be resolved, the Trempealeau County Board of Supervisors here requests the Wisconsin Community Association consider this issue and/or adopt the resolution, lobby the Wisconsin State Legislation and Governor to support any and all efforts and legislation that would give local elected bodies greater control and regulation of large-scale wind and solar projects in the best interest of their communities. And further resolved that the copy of the resolution to be forwarded to the Wisconsin County Association, all local and state legislators who represent the citizens across Trempealeau County, the governor, and all county boards in Wisconsin for consideration, support, and action. Introduced by Environmental Land Use Committee, Tony Munson, Kevin Whalen, Riker Todd, Randy Severson, John Skog, and David Larson. Could I get a motion on the floor?
Motion to approve.
I'll second that.
We have John for one. We
I'd
have
like
Turner
discussion
for
on
two.
this.
Absolutely. It is opened up for discussion.
Yeah, I'm going to vote no, like I did in the Environment and Land Use Committee meeting, for a couple of reasons. One is that there's some misinformation or incorrect statements in the resolution itself. And secondly, normally I am a proponent of more local control. When it comes to energy infrastructure, transmission lines, and other infrastructure projects, I think these kinds of local control will lead to a quagmire of regulatory regulations that investors and companies that are looking to build this infrastructure will have to maneuver, and it'll be different for every step of the way. And it's one reason why America is not building the energy infrastructure that it needs for the future. So I'm against this. It was created before I joined the board, and that's just my opinion.
Mr. Chair?
Thank you. Yes.
For my part, with all respect to Supervisor Skoog, the location of the communities is highly important. If you would make any attempt to put a wind farm anywhere near the village of Trempealeau and the flyway of the river, completely inappropriate. So I would certainly be a yes to this for that reason.
Can I just ask a clarifying question? Isn't the river federal property?
I think it's owned by the peoples, the water and.
Yeah, okay, but it's federal, so that wouldn't affect this. I'm voting no with John for the reason of, one, I don't agree with the whereases that are in here, just like John didn't. And I also get nervous about us. Oh, wait a second. Happens to me all the time. Don't worry about it. I mean, I got careful. You're going to have a letter read about you next week, like happened to me tonight. And that wasn't even on the agenda. So I guess sometimes we follow open meeting laws, but sometimes we don't. Regardless.
Please, Andy, you got to help. A little bit more respect for all the supervisors, please. I'm asking.
I just want to follow the law, Andy. It wasn't on the agenda.
Please.
Okay, but anyhow, I'm voting no with you because it's too vague. I disagree with some of this in here, and you're right, for a developer to come in and try to figure out what the laws are in Trempealeau County versus Jackson County versus Buffalo County, it's not gonna work out well.
Can you explain what the whereas is, what's wrong with it, and what the issues are?
Yeah, I mean, here's some whereases that I haven't issued. Oh, great, here it is. A series of mandates and other agencies have continually shifted powers from local to the state level. That seems a little opinionated to me. I don't necessarily see any statistics backing that one up, but I would also go up here and say that local governments are closest to the people they serve. This board just decided to move our meeting up for our convenience and not the people's convenience.
Help people in my district.
But that would be, and the other one is the one size fits all. When you hire a lobbying firm, they're lobbying for a law, which would pass for everybody then. So that is a one size fits all. And I don't want a one size fits all.
Mr. Chair.
Richard, I'll respond to your question as well. The one that gets to me that I disagree with is the negative impacts on environmental habits. I think it is intended to mean habitat, so grammar aside, it's still a debatable thing that can be managed in the course of a development. Road infrastructure, again, it can be handled in the conditional use permit, though there have been problems in some projects. I don't take issue with that. Property values, that is opinion. Studies are being done and have been done that show across the country, in some cases, property values go up, in some cases, they go down. You average it out, it's very, very minimal change. You know, the public health is the biggest one for me, because there's, and specifically related to solar, there is no credible evidence that suggests that it negatively affects public health.
Go ahead, Dawn. Thank you.
Actually, I just wanted to circle back around to Mr. Parrish's comment. Respectfully, I would just appreciate you not commenting on why I voted a particular way. The reason that I voted for a 5:30 meeting time is not because it's convenient for me. It is because many constituents believe that it is convenient for them also. So please, just in the future, don't speak for me. Thank you. In regards to this question, do we have data that can support the statements that are in the actual resolution?
Mark, if I could have you, one more time. Well, I said that last time.
You're a popular guy tonight, Bart.
Sorry, Mark.
I mean, that resolution was another one that was passed by another county, so we kind of mirrored it from them. And it was brought up that we should write the resolution by some members of our committee, so I wrote it up. You know, and the state mandates, you know, what we can and can't do in some instances, and I guess the resolution is just stating that the county wants local control over what comes into this county.
May I speak?
Absolutely.
Mr. Chair?
Absolutely.
I'm just wondering if there have been scheduled meetings for the public to discuss this.
There's been meetings for, you know, one of the companies that is interested in coming here has put on some educational meetings, and they came to our committee.
Well,
Not
this is-
necessarily for the resolution, you know, that, you know, to see what the public feels about local control. We have not had meetings for that.
I'm wondering if that might be appropriate. Just a thought.
Yeah, I mean, every public hearing is, and every meeting is public knowledge. You know, they can come to the meeting and state their opinion and say how they feel about it.
Mr. Chair, to answer Renee's question, I was part of the committee when we were looking to get it as far as more input from the local area, as far as the solar farms, as far as specific to the resolution that we generated. And it seemed like what we were running into the entire time was it was cookie cutter, where this is gonna fit for the entire state. And what we were trying to address was the local need for the quality of land, which was being selected and exploited in my mind, because solar energy is needed. We all agree to that. Similar to looking back when we used to burn wood, we had to be able to, you know, burn wood to have our cabins or whatever. But we didn't go and choose to cut down General Sherman, the largest and best tree, to heat the wood. We didn't choose, like some of the solar farms on the state level are choosing the best food production land available to exploit because it's closer to the power lines, because it's easier to put up a solar farm on flat land than it is on some of our less desirable land. What we're trying to address is the fact that we do know the quality of land that we have, and we do have some input to make sure that our best land is not exploited for a solar farm, just because it's a little bit more feasible for an individual to do it on a flat piece of ground that's right next to Osseo, right on the power lines. That's why we've put this together.
Any other questions, concerns, thoughts? All right, I think we can, thank you. I think we can take a roll call on this. Go ahead, Mary.
David Larson,
Yes.
Kristen Hughesby,
Yes.
Ron Johnson,
Yes.
Bridget Turner,
Yes.
Andy Parrish,
No.
Riker Todd,
Yes.
Lori Severson,
Yes.
Andy Todd,
Yes.
Richard Anderson,
Yes.
Scott Leonard,
Yes.
Paul Severson,
Yes.
Kevin Whalen,
Yes.
John Austin,
Yes.
Dawn Trug,
Yes.
Robert Becker,
Yes.
Renee Lyon,
Yes.
John Skaug,
No.
15-2.
All right, 15-2, it passes. That will be moved on. All right, we're going to go to resolutions 6D. What is that? Joint, acceptance of the joint effort market GEM grant by Trempealeau County.
Whereas Trempealeau County attracts visitors with abundant outdoor recreation opportunities, beautiful landscapes, welcoming communities, and friendly people. And whereas these visitors contribute significantly to the economic well-being of Trempealeau County, spending an estimated $69 million in Trempealeau County in 2024 alone. And whereas Trempealeau County seeks to better understand what is attracting visitors to the area so it can refine and enhance its marketing strategy. And whereas Trempealeau County has applied for and has been awarded a Joint Effort Marketing, GEM, grant in the amount of $39,550 from the Wisconsin Department of Tourism to assist with destination tourism development. And whereas Trempealeau County intends to provide the needed match for the grant by allocating staff time as an in-kind expense paid for by Trempealeau County. Now be it resolved that the Trempealeau County Board of Supervisors hereby approves and accepts these GEM grant funds, which will be allocated to account 101-10-20-56331-435,970, GEM grant revenue. Approves expenditures from account 101-10-20-56331-520293, GEM grant expense, and approves any other appropriate and related actions as needed in relation to the GEM grant project. Introduced by Parks, Tourism, and Economic Development, Lori Severson, Renee Lyon, Kristen Hughesby, John Skaug, Andy Parrish.
Could I get a
Approve for acceptance.
We got Anderson is 1 and Lyon is 2. Any discussion, or does anybody from Parks would like to speak on this? Oh, Lexi's here. Oh, look at that.
Good evening. So just a couple notes about this. This would be our second year getting the GEM grant. The first year, we focused a lot on our branding and building out different touch points with the community and getting all of our communities together. So the person before me who had gotten this grant, he had set up different meetings to have all of the communities come together. And the feedback we've gotten is that was really valuable and important because otherwise they don't get to speak with each other, and working together, we're stronger. So we'd be continuing that work in this year, and then also working on a new tourism website that would highlight all of the businesses. It would be their responsibility to put their business on the website, and then we could lead people in that way. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So this is a $39,550 grant, and it matches what the county has, or what you guys are gonna put into it out of your budget?
Yep, so we're actually matching over that.
Okay.
A lot of it's with in-kind through myself, Becky, different departments, and then different communities.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? No. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right, we'll go ahead and take roll call.
Ron Johnson,
Yes.
Bridget Turner,
Yes.
Andy Parrish,
Yes.
Riker Todd,
Yes.
Lori Severson,
Yes.
Andy Todd,
Yes.
Richard Anderson.
Yes.
Scott Leonard,
Yes.
Paul Severson,
Yes.
Kevin Whalen,
Yes.
John Austin,
Yes.
Dawn Trug,
Yes.
Robert Becker,
Yes.
Renee Lyon,
Yes.
John Skaug,
Yes.
David Larson,
Yes.
Kristen Hughesby,
Yes.
17-0.
All right, passes 17-0. All right, we'll move to the next resolution, Highway Committee, Trempealeau County Co-Aid Petition. Would you like to read that?
Yep, that's fine.
Thank you.
Whereas the various towns hereinafter named have filed petitions for county aid for roads under the provisions of Section 83.14 of the Wisconsin statutes. Now be it resolved that the said petitions are hereby granted and the county's share appropriated for year 2027 as follows. Town of Albion Road, Corey Road, a total of $44,081.93. Local share is $26,449.16. County share is $17,632.77. For Arcadia North Creek Road, $160,404.16. For total, the local share is $96,242.50. County share is $64,161.66. At Burnside Garlic Road, $23,507.31. Local is $14,104.39. County is $9,402.92. And the town of Caledonia, Engen Road, I'm guessing that is?
Yeah, it should be Engen.
Total is $51,963.52. Local is $31,178.11. County is $20,785.41. In Chimney Rock, Lindbergh Road, total $20,780.83. Local, $12,468.50. County shares, $8,312.33. In Dodge, Leo Coolis Road, $32,465.75 total. Local share is $19,479.45. County share is $12,986.30. In the town of Ettrick, Joe Cooley, $96,366.22. Local is $57,819.73. County is $38,546.49. In the town of Gale, Linden Road, $77,097.55. The local share is $46,258.53. County share is $30,839.02. In the town of Hale, it's Holman, Halama, Kinchie Road, 119,000 roads, $119,598.59. Local share is $71,759.15. County share is $47,839.44. In town of Lincoln, Gearock Road, $37,895.80. Local is $22,737.48. County share is $15,158.32. In the town of Pigeon, Tillman Hans Road, $63,854.65. Local share is $38,312.79. County share is $25,541.86. Town of Preston, Brecky Ridge is $88,690.83. Local share is $53,214.50. County share is $35,476.33. The town of Sumner, Brown Road, $41,378.36. Local share, $24,827.02. County share, $16,551.34. In the town of Trempealeau, Park Road, $84,658.39. Local share is $50,795.03. County share is $33,863.36. The town of Unity, Maug Road, $57,256.11. Local is $34,343.66. County is $22,902.45 for grand totals, $1 million. The local share, $600,000. County share, $400,000. Introduced by Trumbull County Highway Committee, John Austin, Kristen Huseby, Richard Anderson, Dave Larson, and Robert Becker.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Larson, second by Turner. Any discussion, or can I ask the commissioner maybe to come up and speak on
I was
that?
just gonna say, can we just get an explanation of, for the new people here, exactly what the money is, for who, how they ask for it?
I'll just give you an example of Engen Road has been in since like 1951. The statute's been in place since around 1923, I believe. Can you remember when it went to $1 million, Paul?
Because it used to just be a 50-50 after the first two.
So I'm not sure of the dollar amount, but it's been quite a long time.
I probably would guess the late 90s.
Okay. I found some documentation back into about '08, and it was $1 million then, so roughly 18-ish years ago. I just put a couple notes on here for an example of last year's work. This is a relationship also between the townships and the county, where we do the work on the roads, and the money stays within the county. Last year's work generated $92,950 in equipment revenue, which supports our equipment fund. As everybody probably knows, or maybe don't know, that the highway department never levies for our equipment. The state assigns rates to all our equipment, and then we charge on through the projects. We generate the revenue, and that becomes our next year's reimbursement, whether it's a plow truck, a new grader, and so on. So it's very advantageous, and this is a helpful part, that the towns get a product for a very reasonable price. Another thing is for you guys and for our local people is that the level of service provided, and us to have 47 employees. I'll just give an example. Last year's work, we had 1,680 hours, and roughly when we're paving on a lot of jobs or chip sealing, we'd have 4 crew members and 4 to 6 truck drivers, so I just ran an average of 9. That would put 9 men on the co-aid hours for 4.66 weeks. So essentially, not on our budget. Along with a lot of the other things we do with the co-aid system, to me, it's a lot of money. People argue both ways, I've heard, that says, well, why would we give the towns $400,000, but also why would the towns just pass over $600,000? They still believe that we give them a good product. To me, it keeps a good, close working relationship with our towns. It has a set of standards. They're through roads set by, we kind of follow our minimum state required for county level. And like, if anybody's familiar with the LRIP guidelines, townships are 18 foot, and they can possibly go down to 16 on dead ends and things like that. But the county can go down to 20 foot with 2 foot shoulders. So that's another one that's been a quirky one. In what year did that change? But they would be built to our standards. For example, town of Trempealeau added the Park Road after some long discussion with the DNR. It already meets the requirement of the widths. So the town of Trempealeau now can use this funding source without affecting their regular tax revenue, which this is part of their tax that's basically pulled and put into a pot and then used on projects as we move along.
I have a question. You referred to the 18-foot versus 22 foot. Why can't co-aid money be used for the narrower road?
Well, because we're putting the funding in, somewhere along the line, it's been that they're gonna follow, the towns would follow our standard. I believe the initial thing back in the 20s was that a lot of the roads that were built were basically pulled up by probably a lot of horses and very crude equipment at that point. And it was a share thing to help townships get developed and move along, and somehow along the line, Trumpealeau County's kept this program. So we're not gonna build a lesser standard road because, I don't wanna get it too far off subject, but our double lettered roads were township roads that we've taken over. So double J, double K, those kind of things. So if they're built at a narrow standard and they're now gonna become a county road, they don't meet our requirements. So if it ever happened, the whole theory is that you always, in future is bigger equipment, bigger, cars have changed, safety concerns have changed. So it's been that if we're gonna fund the 400,000 into help, it'll be our standards.
I get it, but it essentially excludes a lot of roads from being able to be fixed. And I live on one of those roads. It's a patchwork quilt.
Is it a dead end? Dead end road?
Absolutely not. I live on it.
Okay.
Just kidding. No, it's not a dead, it's a connecting road.
And I would think even for farm equipment now, I mean, some of that farm equipment that comes down the road.
I'll just, in case anyone wants to reference it, it is state statute, so it's 83.14 if you want to understand more about the actual
It's,
requirements related to it.
That's for the co-ed money?
Yes.
Can I just throw something
It's difficult to
into?
read. It's been statute forever and ever, so the numbers in it seem small in that, is, I think it says in the initial one, $1,000, but back in 1923, I'm sure, I don't know what the equivalency chain is, but that was a lot, so it's very supportive of highway. We've done it for, a long time. Helps in other areas, I guess.
And this co-aid actually was set up that eventually a town road could become a county road, and that's why the dimensions are set there. So that's why it's co-aid. The county kind of mandates the size, the width, whatever, so that potentially someday it could become a county road.
So this is just tax money pooled together that they also spend, to help our guys, help our county at the same time, and get roads improved while keeping everything in the county.
Yep.
Perfect. I just want to.
I'll throw one more thing in, because I used to work at the highway department. But some townships will raise money like this. I'm just going to use, for example, I probably am not right, but I'm going to say the Quarry Road on Albion, maybe that total project is $200,000. They can raise so much a year, and it stays in our pot, which we get interest on, and until they get up to that dollar figure that they can do the full project. So that's, and a lot of townships used to do that.
Just an example of that, Paul, is about 5 years ago, the town of Sumner saved up just shy of $500,000, and we did the Chief Inroad from 53 all the way over to just about to the Eau Claire County line again where it ends. So advantageous for the townships.
But at least we put that stipulation that we stop at our 400,000 now, and that's why it's a percentage deal. So, it didn't used to, it used to be the 50-50 all the way through.
So first, Mr. Chairman, we're going to have to amend it so that Engen is spelt correctly, so that there's no confusion in the future. So I would put that, I would move that forward, please, or as a motion to amend it so it says Engen, not Rengen Road.
And I'll second that amendment.
And then my other question is, because I'm going to vote no against this completely, but Mr. Chairman, does this, I'm trying to understand where the county has why we are putting money in this. Like, doesn't that help cities then to not fund their roads so they can fund other things because we're going to backfill?
Wouldn't be a question for me. That would be a question for the commissioner.
Cities are not allowed in this, townships only.
Okay.
You are potentially right. Towns could also say, we don't want to participate and put it on your dead end. But every year that we send this out, they all opt in and say, yes, we want this. So it's fairly obvious, in our opinion, then, that we're going to put our 400 in if all 15 of our townships have made a petition to us to do it.
Yeah,
So
great. I'm new, I just wanted an
Yeah, no, that's
explanation.
great.
Yep.
To me,
And
it just sounds
yeah,
like a
yep.
subsidy, so that's why I'm voting no.
Yep.
It also helps with the labor. I mean, it keeps our men working. And like you said before, it helps with the machinery fund. It really does a fine job of supporting the highway department, period.
It also helps the whole infrastructure of the county. And the economics, people will use the roads when they're blacktop for the tourism and stuff. With the gravel roads, nobody's gonna come through. And it helps the townships who don't have a lot of money get some of the roads done. And everybody pays for it. I mean, they'll help this one, this year, that one. So it's a great program.
Yeah, I also have on here, for example, we had $628,000 last year of it was in materials. Now, some of that might be chip seal rock, some of that might be the oils for chip sealing, our asphalt materials. There again, we haul that, but also, as anybody knows, everything is in scale of proportion, and the larger things are today's day and age, the cheaper you get things. And so when our towns help us and we can help them, it keeps our asphalt plant going, and we can divide costs out at a larger area and keep our prices down. So to me, that's another advantageous reason.
All right, I need to, there was a motion on the floor by Mr. Parrish, so I need to get a vote on it. So all in favor for changing that, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. All right, now we'll move on to taking the roll call. Any other discussion, I guess? I better ask that. Any other questions? All right, let's go ahead and take a roll call on this resolution, please.
Bridget Turner,
Yes.
Andy Parrish,
No.
Riker Todd,
Yes.
Lori Severson,
Yes.
Andy Todd,
Yes.
Richard Anderson.
Yes.
Scott Leonard,
Yes.
Paul Severson,
Yes.
Kevin Whalen,
Yes.
John Austin,
Yes.
Dawn Trug,
Yes.
Robert Becker,
Yes.
Renee Lyon.
Yes.
John Scow.
Yes.
David Larson.
Yes.
Kristen Hughesby.
Yes.
Ron Johnson.
Yes.
16-1.
All right, it passes. And I want to thank Mary for taking 2 in a row because I did not want to read that. So I do appreciate that. All right, I'll read the next one. Thank you. All right, we're going to go to the highway under section 83.03. Whereas section 83.03 subsection 2 parentheses of the statutes provides that if any county board shall determine to improve any portion of the county trunk system of prospective state highway with county funds, it may assist not more than 40% of such improvement against the town, village, city in which the improvement is located, provided on the amount of such tax shall not exceed $1,000, $1,000 in any year, and whereas the county clerk shall certify such tax to the town, village, or city clerk, who shall put same in the tax roll to be collected and paid in the county treasurer in the next year. Now, it to be resolved that by virtue of the authority granted by section 83.03, subsection 2 parentheses, and the following improvements be made in the county trunk highway system of prospective state highways. Town of all 26 town, cities, and villages, road, county trunk, local 1,000, county 1,500, local total 26,000, county 39,000. Introduced by Trempealeau County Highway Committee, John Austin, David Larson, Christine Hughesby, Robert Becker, and Richard Anderson. Sorry, I couldn't read them. Could I get a motion on the floor? Oh, we got a motion by Becker,
Second.
second by Todd, Riker, Todd. Any discussion? Neil, could you come up and explain again for me?
Yeah, can you just dumb it down again?
Well, this one's a little trickier for myself even. Similar thing, it's been a statute since 83.01, since a number of, I don't remember the exact year. It's been a tax allocation that we've pulled for. There again, Paul, I might reference you because you might remember the year maybe we've always done it.
It's been that amount forever because the state has set that $1,000
limit.
thing. I mean, it's really an antique statute right now because we can only ask for 1,000 from each municipality. But it's from 1928, I think.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Another thing, it's just supporting the local infrastructure system so that we're allowed to draw that from the municipalities. I believe if cities and villages get larger than 5,000, we're not allowed to. I think there's some population criteria if that comes in the future. But as of now, it's just, it's been a tax thing that we've drawn and used for Highway 8.
Any discussion, any questions for Neil? Hearing none, we'll take a roll call.
Robert Becker,
Yes.
Renee Lyon.
Yes.
John Scow,
Yes.
David Larson.
Yes.
Kristen Hughesby.
Yes.
Ron Johnson,
Yes.
Bridget Turner,
Yes.
Andy Parrish,
Yes.
Riker Todd,
Yes.
Lori Severson,
Yes.
Andy Todd,
Yes.
Richard Anderson.
Yes.
Scott Leonard,
Yes.
Paul Severson,
Yes.
Kevin Whalen,
Yes.
John Austin,
Yes.
Dawn Trug,
Yes.
17-0.
It passes. Let's go ahead and move to the audit committee claims of members.
Whereas the audit committee has audited the following claims and recommend that they be allowed as follows. John Austin, $488. Richard Anderson, $525.08. Robert Becker, $311.25. Ron Johnson, 0. Stacy Klein, $334.85. David Larson, $609.60. Scott Leonard, $148.20. Renee Lyon, $345. Dick Miller, $123.20. Callan Nelson, $1,026.20. Jeannie Nutter, $718.20. Kristen Hughesby, $146.75. Richard Seisha, $400.80. Laurie Severson, 0. Paul Severson, $136.60. Andy Todd, 0. Don Trug, $295.30. Bridget Turner, $1,372.60. Kevin Whalen, $333. Grand total per diem, $6,140. Grand total expenses, $2,131.51, for a grand total of $8,271.51. Now be it resolved that the claims be allowed as shown, introduced by Audit Committee, Andy Todd and Laurie Severson.
Do I have a motion on the floor? We had Johnson as one, we got number 2. Got a second by Dawn? Okay, thanks. All right. Discussion? All right, let's move to roll call.
Riker Todd,
Yes.
Laurie Severson,
Yes.
Andy Todd,
Yes.
Richard Anderson.
Yes.
Scott Leonard,
Yes.
Paul Severson,
Yes.
Kevin Whalen,
Yes.
John Austin,
Yes.
Don Trug, Robert Becker.
Yes.
Renee Lyon.
Yes.
John Scow,
Yes.
David Larson.
Yes.
Kristen Hughesby.
Yes.
Ron Johnson.
Yes.
Bridget Turner.
Yes.
Andy Parrish. 17-0.
All right, it passes. All right, we're going to go to number 7, announcements, appointments, and elections. We're going to go A, appoint Karen Onstead to the Health and Human Services Board to replace Karen Sepich. I don't know much about it. Does anybody know anything about it?
This is an appointment that was recommended by Jay Hine from the Health and Human Services Director. And just as a clarification, Karen is being brought forward as a reappointment. She did fill for Karen Sepich earlier during October of '25. So this is just now reappointing her.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, need a motion on the floor.
I'll make a motion to appoint Karen Onstead.
I'll second.
Turner's 1. Lyon is 2. All right. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Can I abstain? I mean, we don't even have a resume for people.
Yeah, if you don't know the person, that would be totally acceptable, Andy.
All right. B, reappoint Kim Bradenbach to the Health, what is it? Thank you. Breidenbach to the Health and Human Services Board.
And again, I can just speak to saying this is again a recommendation from Jay Hine, Health and Human Services Director, requesting to reappoint Kim. She's been a part of the Health Department and Health and Human Services then combined for a number of years as their voluntary medical advisor. So looking to reappoint her.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Got Turner's 1 and Johnson is 2.
Just discussion. I agree with Andy. For new people, I don't know these names. Voting yes has no meaning for me. So just something in the packet. It doesn't have to be a complete resume, but just a description of the person would be helpful.
I'm just going to vote yes for these because they come from the recommendation of the department head. Now, this is their department. They have more expertise in that. They know these people more than I do. I kind of just say I give in to them because I respect their position, the job they do, and it's worked pretty well in the past. It's not a perfect, not a perfect way. I agree with you.
I agree with you, but
yeah.
for me, it's just helpful
Yeah.
to better understand who's being put forward. That's all.
It's not like
It's not a trust issue. for
Yeah,
me.
it's not like we're just picking people out of off the street and
Mr.
say,
Chair.
hey, let's plug them in here.
Sure.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'll
ditto what you said, Audie, in the sense that these people have also been approved by the committee that they serve on. And just as a little background, Karen Onstead has served for maybe right around a year, not quite a year. She has taken part and received human services from our county in the past. She's been a very good addition to the board and has a lot to input to the Health and Human Services Board. As far as Kim Breidenbach goes, she has been a wealth of information on the Board of Health, and when we merged the two, she continues to remain our medical advisor. So both of them have been good additions to that committee.
And thanks for that context.
You're welcome.
And this is why we have discussion. So thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Okay, so all those in favor appointing, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Carried. All right. Appointment of Kevin Whalen to the Trempealeau County Land Information Council as a county board member. Could I get a motion on the floor?
I'll move to approve that.
I'll second it.
All right, we got Turner and Severson as a second.
I think I got in.
All right.
I was fast.
All right, I actually know Kevin Whalen pretty personal.
And I'm not giving a spiel, I'll
and I
guarantee you
definitely-
that. But I have worked with him for 38 years in the Trempealeau County Land Conservation
And I
Department.
recommend you,
So
100%.
just a question, what is the Trempealeau County land information?
They meet at the most semi-annually on information that needs to go out as far as from the county, as far as through the department.
Okay.
It's their specific requests. Sometimes departments have requests as far as information from the land council, and that's what the group meets for, to put the council information together.
I think it would be okay for you to give a spiel, Kevin.
You know,
I
I've extended
We
my
do as a
speaking this
board.
evening beyond what I would be comfortable with. So I think I've used up all my words.
Yeah.
And I will add that Ann Hempel, I don't want to mess her, Hempel, Trumbull County Land Modernization Coordinator, has definitely recommended Kevin with a letter. So with no further ado, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Carried. All right. Thank you very much.
And then these are pretty much all the same except for their dates of service.
All right.
and the difference, so-
So we're going to go to D, Years of County Board Supervisor Service Recognition. So I will start here. And do we need to,
This is
just
a-
announcements?
Yep.
Or just acknowledgement of the board, the prior board members? We have Stacy Klein.
Yep.
And we have for how long? Now, where'd you tell me? Oh, from April 22nd through April of 2026. We want to say thank you for Stacy Klein for serving. We also have Richard Seisha from October of 2016 through April of 2026. Thank you for serving, Richard. We have Kevin Adams Dunn from April of 2022 through April of 2026, and he is here in our midst, and we thank you for serving, Kevin. We have Richard Miller from April 2002 through April of 2018, and then from April of 2022 through April of 2026. Richard Miller, thank you for serving. We have Kellen Nelson from February of 2021 through April of 2026. Thank you, Kellen, for serving. Janine Nutter from April of 2014 through April of 2026. Again, thank you, Janine Nutter, for serving on the board. It takes a lot of time and a lot of dedication, so thank you. All right, we're going to move to E, WCA Conference, Kalahari, Wisconsin Department, or Dells, Wisconsin, Kalahari, Wisconsin Dells, September 20th, 22nd. Room sign up June 1st. So,
Okay.
go ahead,
Yep.
Mary.
So I don't have a lot of information. I keep going to their website and they have no agenda ready for you. But either Rebecca or Paul can speak on it because they've dealt with it before. I can tell you it's $180 per person to go. Unless you're new, then it's for free. If you want a spouse or guest to go with you, it's a $115 charge, and that comes off of your reimbursements for meals and different things. I don't have a lot of information other than June 1st is the first we can get the rooms, and to get the rooms is always a mad dash with everyone else in the county to get those.
72 counties, yep.
72 counties.
So I'm asking you, even though some of you don't know what it's all about, and I wish I had more to give you, but the website does not share that with me right now. So people have been there before. If you can share, that'd be great. But June 1st to sign up, I need to know if you plan on staying overnight in the Dells. That would be very helpful, so I can try and get you in the same hotel.
What I used to do in the past was, because it used to be May 1st was when the rooms had to be reserved. And if you weren't up at midnight, at 1 minute after midnight, called, the rooms were taken. It was just like, these other county clerks really worked faster than I did, actually. So Mary has to get rooms reserved on June 1st. And what I used to do is I just picked 10, 12 people and put their names down. And then when we found out who was going to actually register, she could go in and change the names on the reservations.
But if you definitely know, please let me know if you plan on it. Just stop me afterwards or send an email or a phone call within the next 2 weeks, please, so I can at least have a rough idea of number of people.
Mary, could you just remind, especially for the newer supervisors, of their failure to attend or room charges, things like that will be.
Yep, we did do a resolution, I believe, at the beginning of the year or the very end of last year that if you choose to go, that's great, but if something comes up, we understand. The sooner you let me know, the better for as far as canceling. If there's a certain point where we have to cancel and we are charged, we will pass that on to you. So it's important that if you plan on going, please plan on going, and we'll have the information for you, and we'll get the authorizations in your mailboxes, so you have all your information that you need to go. But yeah, unless there's like a medical emergency or family emergency, you just choose not to go at the last minute, you will be responsible to pay for it, even though you haven't chosen to go or decided otherwise.
Just a quick thing on that, on Sunday, the opening part of the conference, we'll have our same little party in that same little area, so.
And it's an awesome party.
You're definitely invited.
Yep, it is. You can't miss it. I was late. I was late last time.
Oh, yeah, what is that?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It really has some really good educational experiences there, as well as being able to network with other supervisors and meet other people having the same issues that our county is having. So it's really beneficial.
I'm just out here looking at the website because I was curious about it and what was happening, because I get confused about which things are what, but it's buried in there, but the agenda is there. There's a work.
But it was still showing last year's agenda last time I looked, so.
Okay, I clicked on it.
Yeah, that's 2025.
Oh, is it? Oh, how do we know that?
It's
Okay.
a date there, 2025.
It did? Okay. Thought I was gonna, but it is buried. Never mind.
Well, it wasn't even a month ago that they were asking and taking requests for topics, so my guess is they're still
so it's
working
gonna take
on
some
it.
time.
Right there when you were.
All right, we'll go ahead and move forward here. Committee reports, Executive Finance Committee, budget updates, county sales tax, general fund.
Right here, that's what.
Anything you'd like to say, Mr. Anderson?
Said 25. Anyway.
About the
There's a
executive,
meeting
sorry, I didn't mean to
Sunday
throw you out there, buddy.
Yeah, they don't have.
Budget update, county sales tax, and general fund at this point.
Last year, I forget what time it starts, but I'm thinking it's like 2
Yes, perfect.
Sunday.
This is all Monday
Yep.
stuff.
Just one comment.
Yep.
And then here's Tuesday. So
We'll go all the way back to Sunday.
there's-
And everybody being new on the committee too, so we will get her
Mary?
put together.
Mary, did you get the April,
Yeah,
it's like 1 month behind now on the sales tax. I was just wondering
Yeah.
if we just missed getting it.
I don't know why I haven't got it out yet.
If you look at the sales tax, there should have been a payment that came in April.
Oh, from May 1st? I'll have to check the website, sorry, I don't know.
Okay. Or check with Lori. Michelle?
Okay, yep.
Perfect. Thanks, Paul. All right, cash receiving and deposit procedures for the treasurer's office. I don't know if
Michelle is on.
is Michelle on?
Yep.
Oh, that's perfect. Michelle, can you hear me? She's probably been waiting there for so long that it's like,
You have mute on.
You're muted, Michelle, if you're
In case
listening.
she's listening, do you have to take your mute off?
There she goes.
Okay, can you hear me?
yep.
Okay.
Go ahead and tell us a little bit about this if you could, Michelle.
With our new financial program we have now, we're just trying to get everyone on the same page. Reminding them that if they get funds in their office, it needs to be receipted immediately and it needs to be deposited in the treasurer's office so we can make the end of the day deposits. We want everybody to be following the same rules. There may be one exception is child support, and we are aware of their situation, and the finance department and the treasurer's office are working with them on that. But otherwise, all the other departments are required to immediately receipt the money and make sure that gets deposited by the end of the day to the treasurer's office.
I appreciate that. Oh. Thank you, Michelle, for your time. We appreciate it. All right. Last but not least, what's that? Do we need to, I don't think there's, it's just a report. There's nothing we have to pass.
It's not her policy?
Nope. All right, we have any correspondence?
No.
Nope, none?
None for me.
It looks like there's no correspondence. Next committee meeting, we're looking June 15th at 5:30. We're going to change that? Next, yeah, sorry. Thank you. So our next meeting at June 15th, 5:30. I'm going to adjourn this meeting at 9:02 PM. Thanks for everybody for coming, and have a good night and a safe trip home.